Right, welcome back. What I want to do is to continue to look at Kirchhoffs laws. And what I've done is to call this Kirchhoffs laws part 2. Okay? Now here you can see that in order to help us understand Kirchhoffs, we would like us to look at solving a simultaneous equation. So what I've done here is to use a simultaneous equation to enable us to solve Kirchhoffs laws when we apply the principle of a simultaneous equation. So just moving down a bit now, let's look at an example. Remember that you must write out the information to enable your own understanding. Okay? You cannot just look at it and think you're going to know it. You must write it out in full. Okay? Now here I've given you the equations, and I've started off with equation 1 and 2. Those are your original equations. Okay? You can see that the answer equals 2. But again, to enable you to understand, you need to write out that process in full to interpret your own understanding of it. Now we continue below to find x as we have found y. But here we need to do something a little bit different. We now have to calculate the value of x using the answer from y. Okay? And here what I've done is to give you 3x plus 4x times 2 equals 11. We subtract 8 from both sides. Okay? Now that then leaves us with 3x equals 11 minus 8. Now we want x on its own, so therefore if we divide both sides by 3, the 3x will cancel out, leaving us with x equals 3. That will leave us with x equals 3 divided by 3, which gives us x equals 1. Okay? We now have x is equal to 1, so we have y equals 2 and x equals 1. Okay? To check these values are correct, we need to resubstitute them into the equation. Okay? So what I've done here is to put them into, this is the original equation of x plus 7y equals 15. In equation 2 we know x equals 1 and y equals 2. So the solution becomes 1 plus 7 times 2. So 1 plus 7 times 2 equals 15. 1 plus 14, because 7 times 2 is 14, equals 15. And we now know that the equation is correct because it has balance on both sides. So we can see that the sum of x and y is equal to the sum of the circuit. This means that both left and right hand side must equal Okay. Now again, I can't emphasize for you how important it is for you to write out this information for yourselves and try to understand the concept behind it. Because as I go into showing you how the calculations is done in regards to the power generation, when we actually apply batteries to the circuit, you need to be able to understand the concept behind it. Now there is no shortcut to this. There is no easy path. You must apply principles of calculations and knowing what you are doing. Okay? I think we'll stop there for now. No, I'm going to extend this a little bit further on because I want to let us look at a negative simultaneous equation. What I want to do is to bring that into play as well. Okay. Now here you don't need me to do a lot of talking because I'm hoping that the presentation itself will stand for itself and show what you can do. Okay. Now this would be something for you now to apply for yourself and to see if you can actually see how the process has been applied to arrive at a given solution. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure now that you get it all in, okay? And that process can be applied. Now this, we then need to look at the solution for y. How we find y in regards to the equations, okay? And again here, you don't need me to do a lot of talking. You can apply this for yourself and see the principle which has been applied so we can arrive at a given solution, okay? Initially, I've used 7x plus 4y equals 41. So we simply multiply 7 by 3. And the 3 comes from the x value above. Okay. So we then have 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 4y equals 41. So we write that out as 21 plus 4y equals 41. Okay. Now we need to subtract 21 from both sides. So once we've done that, that leaves us 4y equals 20. Divide both sides by 4. That will give us y on its own on one side and 20 divided by 4. Okay. Therefore, we know that answer for this case, y equals 5. Okay. Now again, I can't emphasize the principle of writing this out for yourselves. Okay. It enables you to understand what's been done. And we then went on to prove the solution was right, because we know it balances on both sides. Okay. Okay, no, we're not going to cursor flow part 3. That will be us for now. Okay. And again, thank you for your time. I hope this will be helpful to you. But again, remember, you cannot memorize it, you cannot keep it in your head. You must write it out to understand the principle and the concept behind it. What you write, the brain does not forget. Bear that in mind, please. Okay? Again,